Okay, firstly, trust an academic to have the longest title of the night. Okay, so this is me. I'm PJ. I'm 32 years of age, and this is me when I'm 70 in 2050. Handsome chap, I think you all agree. And interestingly, wearing the same T-shirt as I'm wearing tonight. There's good reason for that last slide. In 2012, we've got an aging demographic, basically. So 1 in 10 of us are over 65 years of age. When I'm 70, that's in 40 years' time, we're going to be, it's going to be 1 in 5. In perspective of Ireland, our population is rapidly increasing as well. In 40 years' time, we're going to have more than 2/3 of our population over 65. And worryingly, Standard & Poor's have stated that if we don't address this, our economic debt will quadruple. Now, ethnography has been heralded in creating insights in the ageing population, and has greatly shaped how we understand Ireland through everything from community structures right through to mental health. Ethnography, for the purposes of design, has emerged from material culture right through to design research through Rank, Xerox, and Intel in Ireland. Now, my own industry experience stems from me as a product designer working for AGA Food Services, designing cooking and heating products for mass markets. And as we get older, cooking and heating products assume a more important healthcare presence in our home, especially when we take into account that 90% of our older population would prefer to live at home rather than institutional care. And recently, research has stated that we are second last in life expectancy at 65. Now, for 1 year, I conducted design ethnographic research within the homes of 40 older Irish people. This involved drinking lots of tea, eating lots of Jaffa cakes, but secondly, conducting semi-structured interviews in context together with participant and artifact observation. This was an attempt to understand the older Irish society deeply at first hand. Now, the insights collected from this study were vast and deep, especially, most interestingly, older adult males learning to cook for the first time after their spouse passes away, and the possible health effects, serious health effects because of this. Or the social inclusion or the social exclusion older people feel after losing the ability to cook meals for themselves or for others due to cognitive or physical impairments. Now, cognitive and physical impairments are seen to be a massive barrier in the use of domestic products. However, older people without impairments find many impossible to use or indeed to understand. Now, as we get older, it was noted that the environment that we live in gets smaller, and this is a phenomenon known as spatial shrink. And this is most notably linked with poor older adults and suspected cases of fuel poverty. And future heating products need to address this growing social issue. Fire and safety was also a major issue, and let's face it, people of all ages, especially older people, will burn anything in the fireplace, anything from empty milk cartons to dead animals, not really fully understanding the safety implications. And you know, as we get older in later life, even a minor accident has detrimental effects. Heating products were also seen to encapsulate a more holistic healthcare role, especially around soothing arthritic pain in hands and feet of older people. Okay. So also, cooking and heating products were seen to assume unique affordance for the display of emotional nostalgic experience. And this is essential as we get older for the important emotional and social act of reminiscence. This looks a bit like my house at home. So from this research, 7 archetypes were created by way of personas, and these humanized and synthesized all the vast amount of data that can be collected from such a study. And from this, an ideation framework was created. And this was basically a segue into using creative design processes such as sketch conceptualization, such as what you see up on the screen. So extensive sketchbooks were created from this research. Following this, concepts were created and developed for future products, and these were reviewed by stakeholders in context, older adult stakeholders. So finally, what do older people like me need in 2050? Well, quite simply, they'll need designers to be developing empathic, person-centric approaches now. And without this, we won't be able to deal with the complexities we face with a growing older population. And design ethnography is one of these approaches.